What's going on, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here, back again with another Panthers video, and today we're talking about Christian McCaffrey being injured again, and should the Panthers be worried and concerned about the long-term future of their star running back? But before we get into all that, I'm Aaron Duncan with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk, and on this channel, I give recap and analysis of the NFL, in particular the Panthers, and I show a little extra love to the Panthers with film breakdowns, live streams, and all kind of breakdowns like this. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you have not, and hit the bell icon too. That way you get a notification every time I drop a video, and you'll be one of the first ones to watch it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, because Christian McCaffrey just came back from IR, and they needed him in this game against the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs, and he made his presence felt. He scored a touchdown early in the game that really helped put the Panthers on top early, and you felt his instant impact in the passing game and the running game. But at the end of the game, when the Panthers were driving down to try to take the lead and win the game, Christian McCaffrey hurt his shoulder, and you could see him on the sideline getting massaged and worked on by the training staff, and you had to be a little concerned because he just came back from an ankle injury, and now to have a bruised shoulder, he's day-to-day now, according to Matt Rhule. So how should we feel about the long-term prospects of him? Because they just paid this guy a lot of money in the offseason, making him the highest-paid running back in NFL history. And now that he's being bruised and banged up, how should they feel in the real rebuilding phase? And they need this guy long-term. So how should they feel about the future of Christian? And I myself, I was a fan of paying Christian McCaffrey. I know the math. You're not supposed to pay running backs because you never get your return on your investment. But this guy's one of the best running backs in the league when it comes to the running game and the passing game. My thought process is he's so versatile that worst case scenario in the long-term future, you could just put him at a slot wide receiver or just have him as a strictly pass catching running back, because he's always going to be able to catch the ball and make guys miss in open field. And the thing is, before the ankle injury that happened in week 2, Christian McCaffrey had never missed any time as a player. However, a lot of people don't remember that he actually injured his other shoulder, his left shoulder, back in his rookie season. And that forced him to have off-season surgery after that year concluded. He didn't miss any games. However, it does give you a little cause to pause. So how should the Panthers feel about how they paid him this offseason and how much money they invested in him going forward? To me, paying a running back like Christian McCaffrey was not the mistake. However, your usage going forward with him is the mistake that the Panthers have made. Now, you can have two sides to this coin. You can think, okay, I invested this much money in this guy. I'm going to give him the ball as many times as I can to get my money's worth. However, the other side of the coin is that, okay, I paid this guy a lot of money. I know how running backs can sometimes have some trouble staying healthy. Let me make sure I monitor how many touches he gets and make sure I get the most life out of him over the long term. And with the Panthers in a rebuilding mode, I think it would be more wise to do the latter and get as many years out of Christian McCaffrey's career as possible versus getting the most out of him over a short period of time. But if you look at the numbers from his first game back against the Chiefs, there's no way in hell that he should have had 28 touches in his first game back. This guy has missed 6 games, and call it what you want. I know he might have been waiting to be 100%, but there's a level to being in shape and getting used to being hit again when you haven't been in action that long. But it seemed like the Panthers refused to give him any kind of acclimation period to just get his feet up underneath him before throwing him into the fire. To have 28 touches in his first game back against the Chiefs is a lot, especially for a guy who's only been in the league 3.5 years and already has over 1,000 touches. It almost seems like the Panthers general management and coaching staff pretty much learned nothing over Christian McCaffrey being out these past couple of weeks, because they've shown that they have weapons that can take the slack off of Christian McCaffrey, like Curtis Samuel and Mike Davis. Mike Davis only had 1 carry this past game. I mean, hell, DJ Moore only had 2 catches on 3 targets. So something's got to give here. We need to distribute the ball a little bit better amongst our weapons to take that pressure off of Christian. And I know in years past with Kyle Allen or maybe Cam Newton, it may seem like we didn't have enough offensive weapons to take that slack off of him, but that's definitely not the case this season. But to give the team credit, it did seem like they tried to rotate the 2 running backs for the most part. If you look at the snap count percentages, Mike Davis played 31% of the offensive snaps, and Christian McCaffrey only played 71% of the offensive snaps. Even though 71 seems like a lot, that's a lot less than usual. Now, 71% may seem like a good number because we know how much Christian McCaffrey typically plays in his past career. However, if you look at the numbers, 71% of the snaps equals 59 snaps. And like I said, Christian McCaffrey had 28 touches. And my math ain't the best, but 59 snaps for Christian plus the 28 touches he has means that he's getting the ball 1 out of every 2 plays that he's in there. So to me, I appreciate the effort for taking some snaps away from him and giving them to Mike Davis. However, you have to be more intentional of monitoring the amount of touches he gets, not just putting him in and out and expecting things to happen. So the Panthers definitely should be concerned about Christian McCaffrey's future, especially if they have no intention on balancing out these touches, because you have the guys. So there's really no excuse from that part. It's just about the coaching staff and the general management getting the message across that we need to spread this ball out and take some of the pressure off of Christian. So that's how I feel about it. You guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about them actually paying him that money this past offseason, and what do you think? Are you nervous about him going forward? Do you think he'll keep getting hurt as his career goes forward? Do you think it was a bad investment by the Panthers? Let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off with Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. I'll see you next time. Peace.